Hello and welcome. It is Sunday, it is afternoon, and I'm inside with the air conditioning. I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood, and I'm here for a snack stream because I don't really think I'm going to be productive, but it could happen. It could happen. Yesterday, my Fitbit tells me I had 280 activity minutes of cleaning my house, which has desperately needed it. Desperately. With me today, I have Doc Coleman and Sako Tumi. Say hello to the nice people.
Hello to the nice people.
YouTube's being weird. Give me just a second to...
Twitch is being weird.
Huh.
You're showing up live on my stream.
Oh, maybe she needs to refresh.
Yeah, sometimes if you're off the tab, it doesn't
actually properly. Oh, she reloaded like 6 times.
Weird.
Well,
my YouTube suggests it's a personal issue. Switch browsers.
No.
So
weird. So weird.
I'm seeing throughput. So sorry, wordsmith Sarah.
So anyway, let's say hi to all the people who came to join us, like Sarah, and Andy is here as well. Hello and welcome. So, yeah. Sarah's like, I'm sure the connection was just being crabby.
Yep.
Dwan's like, you're on YouTube.
Hi, Dwan.
You're on YouTube, but YouTube may not be on you.
I mean, I didn't consent to that, so. We all know consent is very important.
Yes, it is.
So, and while enthusiastic consent is best, sure, why not? Is sometimes where you are.
I've referred to that as curious consent, but
I'm interested in trying it.
Yeah,
let's see how it goes.
I don't know if I want to do that, but I'll try it and I'll let you know. And if it doesn't work, we'll stop.
Yeah. So, everybody says greetings. Sarah said YouTube's been weird and wasn't allowed to have live stream chats for a while.
On Twitch. Yeah. Which is lame.
So lame. So, sure, why not is like, F it. Yeah.
That is an alternate way of putting it, yes.
So what have people been up to? How has your week been? Yes, Sako.
I got beat up for fun.
Okay.
Like padded weapons, martial arts class.
But I'm glad you enjoyed it anyway.
Yes, I definitely enjoyed it.
Yay.
I've got bruises, like battle scars, as I like to put them.
Sure. Well, I'm glad you had fun with that, and you know, it didn't go worse than bruises.
It didn't go worse than bruises.
So that's fine. So, I see people in Doc's background. Are you waiting for groceries?
Yeah, the groceries are heading this way, so my wife is going to put out the boxes real quick.
Sure. That makes sense.
Since I'm streaming.
Right? How was your week?
Yeah. I had a decent week. It was mostly work, but physical therapy's been catching up to me. I've been getting really tired, and I ended up calling in on Thursday, and just because I was just worn out. But I got a lot of rest this weekend. I got full nights of sleep for a change, so I'm feeling pretty good right now.
I'm glad.
Oh, I might get a kitten named Wolverine, and he's a creamsicle like Hashi.
Okay.
I'm very excited. Okay.
Yeah. So we might rename him a little bit, but yeah. The kittens in Clark County are
in the house.
There can't be more than one Wolverine in the house.
Sorry, her husband kind of has a Wolverine vibe. He's got the side chops.
Never actually seen him.
Oh.
I have faith he exists.
He's a figment of my imagination.
Did I ever tell you about the summer I was nicknamed Figment?
The summer you what?
I was nicknamed Figment.
Figment.
So I worked at Busch Gardens at the time, and my sister worked in one section, and we're identical twins. And one of her coworkers hadn't met me and determined I was a figment of everyone's imagination, a mass hallucination. So I didn't actually exist.
And it was you. It was you that was the figment, not your sister.
Yes, definitely. We did meet, and she called me Figment. So I'm very, I think, friendly figment of your imagination, but apparently I'm not actually real.
Well scripted bot.
So yeah. I did not go to any addicts meeting this week. Instead, I read a book.
That
okay.
Most of the meetings require me leaving work early, and it's really annoying at the timing. So I'm just like working on.
See.
And like the intro meeting, and I was intimidated. And anyway, I'm gonna try and do better this week, but I have a house guest, so we'll see how that works.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, my homework was from my therapist was to go before our next tag up. So I still have time.
Okay.
You still have time. Okay.
Yeah. For those who are just tuning in, I have binge read over 400 books this year. It's toxic, and my therapist is throwing her hands up and says I need to go to a media addiction meeting because she really has reached the end of all the things she can suggest at this point. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I start EMDR.
Ooh.
Which stands for?
I don't know what it stands for, but it's like it involves rapid eye movement and processing trauma.
Yeah. Eye movement, desensitization, and reprocessing.
Okay.
Not electronic music dance room.
I was gonna go with eye movement dance revolution. Sound like a video game.
I hope it helps. I hope it's helpful.
I'm sure it will. I have a journal like waiting for it.
Sure.
And it's going to be like 1 week on, week off with therapy.
Gotcha.
So I can like process some stuff in EMDR and then go to therapy about it. So, yeah.
Juan thinks you could dance if you want to.
If you want to. You can leave your friends behind.
Because if they don't dance, they're no friend of yours. I mean, I think most of your friends actually do dance.
To some degree.
Especially the friends that you've made while dancing.
So, Andy says, I didn't realize there were media addiction meetings, though now it seems completely understandable. Good luck with it. Community sketcher back. Thank you so much. I was probably pushing a social media addiction before I got on the binge reading kick. And the media consumption is overlapping with like social media and stuff. So a lot of them seem to be more focused at either social media or TV. But like binge reading is also in there because it is a type of media consumption. So
yeah.
Well, at least you're not trying to be an influencer. You're just
trying
to put out helpful content.
Am I?
It's debatable.
I am less actively trying at this point.
Less actively trying to be an influencer.
Yeah. 406, not counting rereads.
Yeah.
So, it's climbing.
I mean,
up.
It wasn't going to not go up. Like, I can't go backwards at this point.
Yeah.
Well, you can't unread books, but I'm saying like
it has not sped up.
Oh, it hasn't sped up.
No.
Okay.
It couldn't have. I've gotten stuff turned in at work.
Yeah.
I've gone to bed like before 2 a.m.
Yay! Mountain.
This week at least twice I rolled over to go back to sleep instead of starting to read in the morning.
Okay.
So like, I'm okay.
Okay.
So yeah.
That probably like is a factor in the also it being a slotted in a pain in the ass time, with a meeting and stuff like that. So
yeah, definitely.
I get it.
So Andy says the modern world has diversified the ways addictive personality traits can express themselves. He needed counseling to get unstuck from mushes and MMOs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I blame it on, ADHD hyperfixation. Because I've always had like a side project that I've been working on, kind of thing. But like it's the life project balance that has totally broken. So
yeah, I can definitely see that. I know part of the reason that I spend a chunk of the year submerged into No Man's Sky is because the way it's broken up into small missions, there's lots of dopamine hits that you can get there.
yeah.
And I've definitely cut way back on the amount of time that I spent playing the game, but
sure, that makes sense.
I got bit right between by a bug, something with venom.
Okay.
Oh no!
Right between my shoulder blades, which is like the most annoying spot to have a bug bite ever.
Mm-hmm.
Between your toes is not my favorite.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is why I don't tend to wear sandals.
So my feet are my heat sinks. So if I can keep them cooler, I'm gonna take longer to overheat.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's why,
have
like,
often wondered about the tendency for that I've noticed in women to expose their toes at any cost, regardless of the weather. And it just hadn't occurred to me that it had a practical value as heat sinks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, definitely. 100%.
Yeah, me too.
Now, like, obviously they also get cold easily. If
I have to wear socks.
Are the right temperature, then the rest of me is probably going to be okay.
Yep. Whenever I was cold at night, instead of more blankets, my mom was like, wear socks. And then if I was still cold, wear a hat. So I was
cap
like
one side, cap the other.
Bundled up going to bed when I was a kid.
A friend of mine always wears socks to bed, and then like once the covers get all warm and toasty, kicks them off, and her husband calls the lost socks in the bed mice.
Okay.
So.
I once had a girlfriend that told me that wearing socks in bed was anathema, and it should not be done under any circumstances.
I counter with thigh-high print socks. There's a difference between like athletic, run-of-the-mill socks and like cute patterned knee-high socks.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Yep, I can see that, but
I think we're looking at sprint time. So
sprint.
The comments and let's get started. So Juan said, taking baby steps. Yeah. And if you're going to blame something, you have to blame it on the rain because the rain don't mind and the rain don't care.
It's like the honey badger.
My boyfriend likes to blame everything on me because he loves me. And I'm the only person he can forgive for horrible things like that guy over there who drives like an asshole, etc., etc.
Oh, I got you.
So things that are not my fault.
Yeah.
So, although occasionally we blame Catticus.
Well, you can usually blame Catticus. He's guilty of something.
Hey, you don't see any deep marks today. So I mean,
no marks.
Been a pretty good week.
Is this the joy of Feel Away?
I'm gonna have to top it off next week. They're both getting low. but we'll see. Also, routine was a little off because roommate was gone, but roommate is back, and we have a guest coming in this evening. So I don't know where he's going to be. He's going to be all over his place.
He's going to be in fun places that you don't want him to be in.
I mean, he did get to help supervise 280 minutes of cleaning yesterday.
Ooh.
Except I did fold laundry while he was napping, so that was good because he's not actually really helpful when I fold laundry. Like
No, I
he
suspect
is,
not.
but he's really not. And I do laundry like once a month, so it takes like hour and a half to fold everything.
But he's so helpful when putting new sheets on the bed, right? No.
Oh, he helped with that. Trust me. Like he was there for it. So, anyway, we're gonna do a sprint. What are people working on today? Obviously, Sako's got her Substack. Doc,
Oh, I'm still working on Kindred of Kali.
what chapter are we on?
Oh, let's see. I'm on chapter 11.
Neat.
So
Isn't that something that people file when they're going through bankruptcy?
Are you saying that this chapter is bankrupt?
I mean, you tell me.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
okay.
I actually got some compliments from the editor in the first scene, so I think this chapter is good.
That's very exciting. So,
Yep.
okay. I am going to be reading because I want to, and maybe I'll prep a podcast episode. We'll see. So, okay, let's get started in 3, 2, 1, boom. And we're back. Catticus came by to play and then decided he'd rather, eye my arm instead of the toy. So we had a stare off. I won. So that was part of my sprint. I see Felicia swung by. Hello, and Mama Ward. Hello and welcome.
Hey, Mama.
How was y'all sprint?
Excellent.
Productive on multiple levels.
Yay!
Got groceries in and put away, although for some reason the shopper only put half the groceries in the box and then put the other half next to the box, even though there was a completely separate empty box sitting there waiting for groceries. I have no idea, but they're here. They're all right.
Excellent.
And I got some good editing in this scene. So
nice. I'm glad to hear it. So let's see, popping into the comments. Andy said translates rain into rain and decides to play Angel of Death from Slayer's Rain in Blood to celebrate completing edits on chapter 20 of his book. Congrats. We had a quick pop in saying hi while the kids' birthday party with the kiddos.
Oh.
And yeah, so all cut up. I may have overdone it with the cleaning yesterday.
Just a smidge?
Yeah. Okay, I think where I went from enough to too much was I went out to fill the birdseed and I realized some of my plants were not doing great because there were volunteers that were doing great right next to them. So I hacked away at them with the hedge clippers.
Right on.
And I trimmed away a bush right by the sidewalk at the bottom of my driveway because I almost backed into somebody last week, like a month ago. And that freaked me out. So I would like more visibility right there. Seeing people
more visibility, yeah.
So also that bush starts to overtake the sidewalk. So I wanted to do that. So yeah. I
spent that sprint basically writing out my goals for quarter 3. I've got one more side project to give myself. Last quarter, it was the June music thing.
Sure. Oh, how did that go?
It didn't.
Okay, because I have heard nothing about it. So
yeah,
well,
yeah,
it kind of you heard nothing. No.
Yeah. I still have like intention, so I refuse to put away the guitar, but
that makes sense. I mean, that's literally why it's hanging on the wall behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you, yeah, right.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, right there. So. Yeah.
But I have forgotten everything I ever knew about guitar playing, so I'm gonna have to start at the beginning. But in my defense, everything I ever knew was me working my way through the intro to guitar, which teaches you like fingerings, and lightly chords. So I could play notes, but not like strumming stuff.
Oh, okay.
But I did pick up the 2 and the 3 chord songbook. So fun fact, I do believe Horse with No Name has only 3 chords.
Yes.
This song is just 3 chords long. No.
So
I tried to teach myself how to play guitar back in college, and basically just what I discovered was that from picking up the guitars of other friends who had them, that the quality of their guitars was a hell of a lot better than the quality of the guitar I could afford at the time.
I borrowed this one from my aunt because she hadn't played in 40 years. And my cousin hadn't played it in 10. So I was like, hey, can I borrow it to see if it's something I want to get into? And she has not asked for it back. And she has fibromyalgia and I don't see it happening. So Did I ever tell you the story about how my aunt got the guitar in the first place?
No.
Borrow it from somebody who hadn't used it in 40 years.
No. So, she saved up her money and she couldn't afford it. But like she got her brother to drive her in, and she comes in and she's like, I'm going to buy this guitar. This is what I can do as a down payment, and I'll pay you in these installments on these days. The guy's like, we don't do that, but okay. You have a plan. You have like upfront money. You seem very earnest.
Mm-hmm.
You have a plan, and you've convinced me of your ability to follow it out. So,
So she just like blew the guy away, and he's like, okay, do it. So, Maggie says, I try to learn cello because I love it so much, but it sounded like, oh, I was murdering geese no matter how much I practiced. My instructor asked me to quit it. Ouch.
ooh,
Ouch.
ouch.
I
Now,
am sorry.
my understanding is that bowed instruments are not exactly easy to pick up.
They're not easy to
kind
pick
of
up.
have the right touch. You have to have the right touch and the right muscle memory. But yeah, to have the instructor say pack it in.
Yeesh. I've never
That's pretty bad.
tried. I mean, yeah, no.
I'm too attached to my frets.
Sure.
Frets on a normally, you know, like a bowed string instrument, like or a lack thereof in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
I have nothing but respect.
Yeah. I have played bells like in church and like xylophone. I have played trumpet for like concert band and a little bit of marching band, but I hate it marching band because I hate memorizing music. And the recorder, obviously, because it's required in like 4th grade for the US, as far as I'm aware. Have I ever like I've fiddled around a little with the hammer dulcimer, and I have learned that if people tell you to go up in scale, you can make it sound like the opening to Ode to Joy really easily by spacing your timing. So like if you pick up some random instrument in a music shop, you can sound like you know what you're doing for at least 10 seconds.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, my problem with trying to learn musical instruments was that my ear never got trained enough that I could hear a note and identify it specifically.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, so that
but I got a tuner on my phone.
That absolutely killed me trying to play trumpet because the difference between a couple notes is how you buzz your lips.
I'm not pitch perfect, but I can tell octave and like, oh, it needs to be higher, tighter lips.
Yeah.
Like literally how brass works. It sounds dirty though.
Ew. Oh my. But that was part of the reason why the guitar was attractive, because it was like you put your fingers in the right positions in the right place and you strum it and it makes the right note.
Yeah.
Provided you've got it tuned correctly.
Yeah. I think I have a recording of me doing like Green Sleeves and like Star Spangled Banner. So like I did like finger pick a decent amount with the guitar. So what? Dwan never had to learn to play the recorder? Maybe it's a Virginia thing? Is it a Maryland thing?
It was definitely a Virginia thing.
Yeah.
They gave us recorders in West Virginia when we were in like junior high to try to teach us how to play, but it was never a big thing.
I started with a clarinet and then I transitioned to a recorder, tin whistle related pipes.
Yeah, like I just thought it was required in elementary school everywhere. Sarah says had to do in both Virginia and Illinois. So I think it's to teach you music, like how to read musical notation, and also, timing and breathing, which is probably never a bad thing to learn.
I think it's just a way for for teachers to uh, uh, give students something to do so that they don't have to watch them every last second of the day, and maybe find out if a few of them actually have any kind of musical talent.
Okay, so let me tell you, if
It's
I
like,
was
here's
going to do
recorders,
that,
here's my earplugs.
I would give them an instrument that's lower pitched than a recorder.
Recorder.
Tweet, 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 tweet.
Yeah. Sarah says it's a very cheap way for people to access music, and music is integral to forming minds. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely a very cheap way.
I mean, music is so integral. I nearly died listening to experimental jazz. Like, who's been over that one before?
Yep.
If it has no rhythm, I can't walk. I would die in Dune.
Mm.
I would die so hard. I cannot walk without rhythm.
You would call Shai-Hulud.
Although I would like to say in Dune, while they're like, oh, don't walk without rhythm, they had a pattern. It was a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a constant dump, 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 but there was a pattern, and I could handle that. So
Yeah.
Maggie can play the cornet, the trumpet, the baritone, and the bass, marched with all four, and can also play the French horn, but dislikes the sound and is too short to play the trombone properly. I play jazz band, and I absolutely hate the sound of a muted trumpet because it sounds flat to me.
Mm.
So, thank you. Maggie's with me. It is a pattern, and I'm okay with that.
You walk without rhythm, but with cadence.
Not quite, but yeah, close enough. So, yeah. What do we say about another sprint?
Sounds great.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and get 2 seconds. Andy's like, oh, you can't play the recorder as grade school with ADHD. You obviously have no musical talent, so we're not wasting money on you. Oh my God, that's so mean of them. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That's jerks. So
That's jerks.
2 thumbs down.
Mm-hmm.
Would not recommend. So let's do some more productivity and or reading or snacking.
Or whatever it is.
3, 2, 1, boom.
Chakalaka.
Chakalaka. How was your sprint?
Very good.
Yay.
Well, I almost finished this scene. Just a little bit more.
I trimmed the edge of my rug and my cat's toenails.
Right on.
So
I finished writing about my goals, and now I'm writing
Yay.
about the change in therapy and the podcast a little bit and
Sure.
stuff like that.
Nice. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I saw Heather swung by. Hello.
I could have sworn there was like lots of conversation going by. But
No.
Looks like it was surprisingly small.
That was last sprint.
Yeah.
There was some mandatory cat content.
Mm. Yeah, I've not had mandatory cat content yet. Phenomena.
Sorry, now it's in my head.
Yep.
So, I don't know anything.
You don't know anything?
Did anybody have any snacks or anything?
I have apples. I have a Honeycrisp apple that I've cut up into little pieces. I have peanut butter, which is nearby, that I can dress up my apple slices with peanut butter.
Nice.
So that is... I finally have a snack.
Yay. Yay.
Finally.
So, Doc,
My
what's
wife
your
pulled
snack?
out some Hormel pepperoni and
Ooh.
turkey pepperoni from the freezer.
Sure. Wait, freezer? Fridge? Freezer?
Freezer. We stock up on it. We put it in the freezer.
Y'all are... Do y'all do like Costco size? Like,
No, we get the small bags because they're reasonable servings. But we buy enough of them that we put them in the freezer and we pull one out and put it in the fridge.
Okay. Yeah.
She decided that today she wanted the frozen ones, so she'd pulled one of the ones out of the freezer.
I like them frozen.
She likes them frozen, and it's colder on a hot day.
It is, in fact, a hot day here on the...
Oh my God, it is oppressive.
It's not amazing. I'm happy being inside. So
I am I stepped out for a cigarette. I did not finish my cigarette.
Oh.
You did not finish the entire thing. You got
even
me
me who loves the heat. I love the heat. I'm not gonna lie. But no.
There is nothing like being in like a cold grocery store or office building and leaving for the day and getting in your car when it's all toasty and you're not burning and like defrosting.
Yeah.
And then it gets annoying. But
So I was planning this morning on going out for a little while and trying to deal with the tree.
Let's say goodbye to Andy. His
Bye,
cat
Andy.
Bye, Andy.
And his 3 pages. Good to see you. Okay.
But I was going to go outside and try to trim back some of the foliage of the tree that's trying to grow between our heat pump and the house, because it's not supposed to grow back there.
Yeah.
But the problem is like the space between the heat pump and the house is a little bit thinner than I am. So it's very difficult to get back there and do anything. But after stepping outside to pull groceries in, it's like, I'm kind of glad I didn't.
Yeah. When I was doing the tree trimming, it was at like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night.
It says it's 90 degrees, but I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Think it's warmer?
It's got to be warmer because of the humidity.
There's the heat index, remember, isn't the same as
the humidity can definitely make it more miserable.
66% humidity.
Ew.
Yeah.
It's humid.
Yeah, definitely. So Dwan says that Louisville is just offensive lately.
Oh my god!
I've heard
Here,
that
it's
before.
been offensive.
Colorado has humidity today. But Mama Maggie's husband also likes to munch on frozen pepperoni, so Doc's
Yep.
wife isn't the only one. So,
Sometimes it's just the right treat.
yeah, I get it. I'm not the biggest on frozen stuff. I mean, I'll eat ice cream. I'm not like, but
Monster.
it's not usually my first pick.
You haven't even like taken grapes and stuck them in the freezer and then pulled them out while they're still frozen and eaten them?
I've
Or
heard
throwing
plenty,
them into wine. Yeah.
heard plenty of people loving on it, but
Yeah. That is an excellent way to cool down in on hot summer days.
you want to know my method of cooling down on a hot summer day?
So hide inside in the air conditioning.
Well, there's that, but back in my used to work outside at amusement park days, what you do is you get a soda can that's cold, straight from the cooler, and you hold it against your ear, and like the air blowing through basically freezes in your ears and cools your whole head off.
Okay.
So you hold the can against your ear, and then your pulse points on your neck and wrist.
Yeah, I was going to say, hold it up against your neck and cool down everything.
Telling you, try the ear next time. Try the ear. It's like, yeah.
It's like, yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Trust me on this, okay? Unless your ear is weirdly sensitive to cold, I don't know. So
I have a sensitive ear.
So, like, I understand not all things work for all people, but I highly suggest it if you're outside and overheating. So Sarah says it's beautiful in Illinois for once. So that means you're going to be passing that weather to us tomorrow, right?
Or the day after.
Yeah, it's usually the next day.
It says 60% chance of rain today.
Yeah, but it
thunderstorms and stuff.
Keeps threatening, but I haven't seen anything here.
Yeah, there is a severe thunderstorm watch.
Dwan says that Hannibal also says try the ear, because that's the company I want to keep.
Okay.
Sarah hopes that we get her weather tomorrow. So fingers crossed.
Well,
it might rain at 9.
Well,
the high for today is 91, which is kind of about what it is right now.
Yeah.
But the
high was 95 here.
Oh, the high for tomorrow is showing us 78 right now.
See?
So rain possibly doing the thing.
Supposedly rain tonight, and tomorrow is sunny but cooler. So
80 degrees. Yeah, it's
I thought it was supposed to rain earlier than day, but I will take 8 p.m. over mid-afternoon any day, because if it rains before like 7 p.m., 10 minutes after it stops raining, it immediately goes
evaporates. Yeah.
I wouldn't call it evaporates. I would say it mists. So like we have 105% humidity because it's actively in the air.
Yeah.
But if it rains during twilight, sunset, then we actually get the temperature drop.
Yeah.
Rather than just the humidity spike, because the plants get to actually drink some of that.
Yeah.
So, well, I think we have time for one more sprint.
We do.
I believe you are correct.
I also wanted to show off my new binder.
It's
nice.
So pretty.
It's so pretty.
I love that it's metallic.
Me too.
What is that done on?
It's just like a linen cover sort of cardboard, and then it's got like witchy paper on the inside. Nice. And I'm gonna make a big old grimoire because I got some pages I want to print out.
Nice. That's pretty cool. So, okay, let's go ahead and start our sprint in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Chakalaka-laka. Choo choo.
Phenomena.
And we're back. That was the last sprint.
Yay!
We made it. Yeah.
I finished my thing.
Fuck.
Excellent. I did not finish my chapter, but I made a lot of progress.
Progress is good.
Yeah.
I got to the climax of the book. So
Oh my.
confrontation and then kisses.
No.
I assume. No, actually, this is a reread. So confrontation and kisses.
Well, I mean, we know what kind of books you've been reading, so
they're going to acknowledge what they were actually doing was a relationship that they would like to continue rather than pretending that they didn't.
It's a smart thing to do, especially if you want to continue the relationship.
So, popping into the comments, Sarah is working on her 4th video of the day. It has been a successful day. Duan has been working off and on with his screenwriting.
Nice.
New piece should be finished by week's end.
Bravo.
Nice.
Oh, I also explained how book talk works to my dad. Sorry, no, I explained how long the videos were.
Oh.
What you need to do is look up the hashtag and watch a couple dozen.
Yeah.
So does this mean your dad is planning on recording some book talk videos?
Maybe.
Because that just sounds a little scary.
I mean, he refuses to have a smartphone and like all his Instagram has to be done on the computer because he doesn't
have a smartphone, right?
Because he eschews portability for whatever reasons, which are his.
And are perfectly fine.
Yeah. He's allowed to have those reasons.
Right. Dad asked what YT was.
I'm sorry, what?
I said YouTube, so YT.
Oh.
Yeah.
He didn't know what YT stands for?
Yeah.
Surprise.
So
Hi.
and I gave him the same advice that I give to anyone on any social media platform trying to get into a particular community is rewatch, read, absorb what other people are putting out in the same genre and see what resonates for you and what gaps you might see.
Yep.
Don't just go in thinking what people want or what works best on that medium. See what people are liking. See what's out there. See what, And just because there's fun things on Book Talk, if it's not you, don't do it, Yeah. So.
I mean, that's how I stumbled on the marketing for authors gap.
Yeah.
So.
Maggie says, I did some social media posts right on topic. Maggie's middle wants her to start doing Book Talk, and she uses the no smartphone as an excuse not to. But of course, she lives in a place without cell service, so she still has a landline and DSL, and sometimes has to use the old modem to get online.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I get that. It's rough.
I have my mandatory
content as requested.
Yep.
So, anyway, it is 6:30. It's time to peace out, yo.
It is time to peace out.
It is.
So
I'm Sako Tumi, also known as Voit, and I have a podcast that goes live every Friday at 2 p.m., though that might change soon.
Ooh, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for exciting developments.
Doc?
I am Doc Coleman. When I'm not being ruled by cats, I write steampunk comedy adventure. And if you'd like to find out more about me and my writing, just go to your favorite search engine and search for Doc Coleman Steampunk. And that will take you to my website at doccoleman.com. And it'll also help you find my Amazon author page where you can see all of the stories that I've currently got in print and you can look at samples of them and decide if they might be right for
you.
you or someone that wants to shed on you.
Sure. And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I am mostly in hiatus, but I blog, and podcast, writing tips from the pros, and my own Writerly Musings. And last week on the podcast, I was talking about imaginary creatures, real biology. And coming up this week are actually notes from an Imaginarium, a love story, tips on writing romance. So I really enjoyed that one. You should check it out. It goes live tomorrow. So yeah, have a great week. Take care of yourself. If you are in a place where it is summer now, stay hydrated, and catch you later. Bye.